Today I am reviewing the Be Strong Blood Flow Restriction Training System. Now, after having used this system on myself and my patients extensively for about the past 2 years, my mind is well made up as to whether or not this system is well worth your hard-earned money. And so if you want to know what I think, stick around and watch this video. Hey, what's going on everyone? Thanks so much for checking out the video. Now, before we dive into this review, I just want to quickly introduce myself in case you haven't met me before. So if you haven't met me before, my name's Jim, and I'm a physical therapist. I'm someone who absolutely loves working with individuals to help them move better, get out of pain, and experience life on a much more fulfilling and rewarding level. Now, I also love producing online content in a way that I can reach audiences when I can't treat them one-on-one. And so my channel is all designed around providing helpful and informative content that again can be beneficial to those who want to move better, experience less pain, and again live a more rewarding life. So if any of that interests you in any sort of way, or you're just interested in learning more about the profession of physical therapy and maybe want to become a physical therapist, please hit the like and subscribe button. Not only will you get all the content that I'm putting out there that way, but you'll also help grow this channel, and again, that way I can get that content that I so desperately crave to give to other individuals out there for them to experience a more rewarding life. All right, now with all of that out of the way, let's get into the review. So I understand that your time is precious, and I certainly don't want to waste any of it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you the quick takeaway answer as to whether or not the system is worth it, and then I'm hoping you'll stick around because we're going to unpack a lot of that, and again, you'll learn some really unique features of this system. So the quick takeaway is this. This is a great system that is definitely worth the purchase. You get this system and you get all sorts of unique features ranging from safety and great durability to portability, comfort, and all sorts of other great factors. It is certainly money well spent, and it is a system that I recommend. Now let's dive a bit deeper into this review and talk about why this system is as unique and beneficial as I believe it to be. Now real quick, I will preface things by saying that this is not a video on what blood flow restriction training is or how to go about performing blood flow restriction training. That is for another video in and of itself. And if that is something that interests you and enough of you are interested, just let me know in the comment section below and I will gladly produce a video on that topic. Now, full disclosure here, I do have an affiliation with Be Strong, and I want to be fully transparent on that because I've chosen to affiliate myself with them based on the quality of product that they are providing and again, what their company is all about. Now, if you're interested in purchasing anything from Be Strong, I do have a coupon code that you can use that will save you 10% off on anything that you purchase. Now, this is part of my affiliation with Be Strong, and all you have to do to get this 10% off is simply go to their website. I'll put a link to that below this video, and then when it comes time to proceed to the checkout for any items that you're ordering, simply enter the coupon code that I'm providing below this video, and that will save you 10% on anything that you're purchasing. And again, for the record, any commissions that I make when you purchase through that link just help to go to offset all the expenses that I incur with filming these videos, getting this YouTube channel going, and my website as well. So when it comes to addressing the standout features of this system, I tend to always start out with what I believe to be the most important one, and that is safety. So the Be Strong training system has been designed by a team of medical experts, largely headed up by Dr. Jim Gunderson, who is a physician and a sports medicine specialist. And this whole team has designed their cuffs in a way where safety is absolutely paramount. Now, what I mean by that is that this system has been shown to be completely incapable of fully occluding blood flow to the limbs and the extremities, no matter how much you pump it up. And so Be Strong has a great video on their website demonstrating this, in which they show with real-time Doppler ultrasound that even when inflating these cuffs to their maximal abilities, you cannot fully occlude blood flow into or out of the extremity. So safety brings a whole lot of peace of mind, not only to those individuals using the system on themselves, but for individuals like me who use this system on patients in the clinic on a regular basis. This also provides peace of mind to the patients who are using the system as well when I inform them of this safety feature. So safety is always number one. That is a super important feature for me. There may in fact be other systems that have been designed with these same safety parameters, but I'm simply not aware of them. Now, Now, moving on to the comfort factor of these cuffs. These certainly are very comfortable cuffs to wear. And so what I love that B Strong has done here is, again, on the back side of the cuff where the inflatable bladders are, the bladders are just made of a soft, nice, rubberish type of tissue that not only feels comfortable when wearing them, but they also provide kind of great stick to the skin or the clothing that you're placing them on top of. And this is great because the cuffs simply won't slide around or move around when you're performing your exercises and your movements. Now, in terms of the sizing of these cuffs, B Strong has different colors correlating with the different sizing of their bands. And I will say that the sizing proves to be pretty accurate in terms of my experience. I purchased the cuffs based on the sizing recommendations on their websites, and I certainly wasn't let down. The sizing was absolutely perfect for me. Now, another great strength of this system is the fact that it is an incredibly versatile system. And so looking at different blood flow restriction training systems out there, the B Strong system is a pneumatic system in which you inflate with a handheld sphygmometer. Now, there are also other systems out there that use pneumatic pressure and also use what's called real-time monitoring. And these are really cool systems in which the blood flow restriction cuffs are hooked up to a digital interface, providing real-time feedback on the pressure being used in the cuffs. Now, there are systems out there that have these features, such as the Delphi system or the Katsu Master. And while I think this certainly has a time and place, there's a couple of drawbacks that I find of these systems. The first one is that they are incredibly expensive compared to other blood flow restrictions such as the B Strong system. But also, anytime that you're hooked up to a real-time monitoring system and you have a tube or a line running from the interface to the cuffs, you wind up being a little bit more restricted in terms of movements and exercises that you can do. So the advantage of the B Strong system here is you simply clip the sphygmometer into the cuff, pump it up, unclip it, and then you are free to do various types of movements and don't necessarily have to stand in one place. Now, B Strong markets their cuffs for even activities such as swimming. Now, I personally haven't used my cuffs for any type of aquatic endeavors or any type of swimming exercises for that matter. However, that is a really unique feature of the system that, again, you can't simply get with real-time monitoring systems. Now, moving on to the durability component of this review, there's a lot of good things to quickly unpack here, and there are a couple of durability issues that I will address in the cons section or the drawbacks section. So overall, here's the important thing to know about this system. I have used this system excessively within 2 years' time compared to the average individual. So I am always using these cuffs not only on myself for a lot of my workouts, but for my patients in the clinic on a regular basis. And so I have used these cuffs for the last 2 years on myself and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of patients either in the clinic or in the gym. And so what that all means is that I have put an excessive amount of mileage on these cuffs in a 2-year time. And in that 2 years, by and large, they have held up incredibly well. There are a couple of little things that I'll mention later on in the video that I've incurred with these cuffs, but by and large, the durability on these things is pretty remarkable. I think B Strong has done a great job here of making some rather robust cuffs. And again, when spending good money and hard-earned money for that matter on a system such as this, you want to have peace of mind that you're going to get a system that's going to last for a long period of time. And I do certainly feel that I've gotten my money's worth from that durability component. I still think there's a ton of life left in these cuffs even after all the miles that I've already put on them. Now, if we look at the portability of these cuffs, this is actually an important thing to me because I'm someone who uses these cuffs on myself at home and at the gym that I go to, as well as in the clinic. And so having a system in which I can quickly throw into a hard shell case that B Strong provides with the full system purchase is pretty cool. Again, these things take enough of a beating when I'm using them or using them on patients. And so having a great system that's portable where I can put into that hard shell case and not have to worry about excessive wear and tear, that's a pretty nice little feature to have when purchasing this system. Now, the other great thing about this system is the ease of use factor. So these cuffs are incredibly straightforward to use, and that's one of the things I love about this system. So all you do is you wrap the cuff around the extremity or the extremities that you're going to be performing your blood flow restriction for. You take the clip on the sphygmometer, clip it into the little pressure valve on the cuff, pump it up, unclip it, and you're good to go. And so for me, this becomes important when I'm using these cuffs on patients in the clinic. I want things to be done in a time-efficient manner, and I don't want to have to hassle and fuss with other things that can complicate the process or again, having to look at digital screens for real-time monitoring. So this simple ability to clip in, pump up, unclip, and get on with the exercises and the activity is something that's actually pretty important to me. So moving on to some of the cons or the weaknesses of this system. There are a few things to talk about, but again, by and large, I think B-Strong has done a really good job here with the product that they've made. So the first thing I'll say here that's always in the back of my mind with this type of product is the fact that it does use Velcro. And Velcro certainly is the right application to use here for this type of system. I don't know how you would design a product, especially like a blood flow restriction cuff, again, without Velcro, because it just offers everything you need to in terms of optimizing the tension around the limbs. However, Velcro kind of has a limited shelf life. And by that, I mean that the more you use it, the less sticky or adhering that Velcro gets to its surface. Now, again, I'm gonna say here that even after the excessive amounts of wear and tear and use I've placed on these cuffs, by and large, the Velcro is still doing really, really good. But in the back of my mind, I'm always wondering if that Velcro will start to kind of lose some of its stickiness at some point, in which case the cuff becomes largely unusable, because if that Velcro is not going to adhere to itself, then it's hard to keep pressure on that cuff and perform your blood flow restriction training. So that certainly isn't a knock on B-Strong in any sort of way. I do feel Velcro is the right thing to use here. I just wonder if there ever could be something else that could get the job done like Velcro without me having to worry about if that Velcro will wear out at some point in time. Now let's go back to durability again here for a second, because there are some things worth addressing. So one of the things I've noticed on my cuff as of recently is the fact that some of the Velcro surface is actually kind of peeling away where the stitching was, holding it down onto the cuff. Now at this point in time, it's not impeding or impairing the cuff function. However, I do have to keep my eye on it, because if the Velcro starts to separate anymore, I might have to find a way to go about addressing that, otherwise the cuff might become unusable. And again, this is something where I can't necessarily knock B-Strong on, but it's something where if they ever wanted to go back and look at redesigning or fortifying the product to be a little bit better than it currently is, adding some extra reinforced stitching wherever possible could go a long way. And when you think about it, again, that's important, because anytime that you're wrapping these cuffs and cinching them up with appropriate tension, you're putting torque on the stitching around that cuff. And so the stitching is bound to take a bit of wear and tear and again get beat up. And in this case, again, some of it started to give way on my cuffs. Now, I certainly am not really frustrated or upset by this because of the excessive amounts of use I've already put on these cuffs. Now, if I was the only one using these cuffs and then this type of stitching issue happened, well, then I might have some more frustration. But by and large, because I've used these things so much, I don't really feel that this is a cheap quality issue that caused this. I think this is just from excessive amounts of use that I've already put on these cuffs. All right, now the important one that a lot of people are going to want to know is the cost. So it's important to understand that these are not the cheapest cuffs on the market. There are in fact a lot of other similar pneumatic systems out there that can be found for either about the same price or perhaps even a bit less. And so then a lot of people start to wonder, well, what separates this system from other systems? And again, in all honesty, I can't exactly tell you, because this is really the only system that I've stuck to over the years. I have tried other systems, but this is the one that I'm comfortable reviewing and speaking to in terms of its features and its qualities. But when looking at the cost, it's certainly nowhere near as much as the thousands of dollars that the Katsu Master or the Delphi system may cost. And again, it's certainly going to be a bit more expensive than, again, standard cinch-up straps or even kind of powerlifting knee wraps that sometimes people use. But the cost, by and large, is justified when you look at everything that you get in terms of the safety, in terms of the durability, in terms of the portability and the comfort. There's just a lot of great things going on that this product has to offer. Now, I will say that this is not a product worth buying if you plan on being really casual and only using it very intermittently, or rather infrequently. You're certainly going to get more of your money's worth if this is a product that you're using on a regular basis. So again, if this is going to be a big investment for you, I do feel it's worth it, but make sure it's something that you see yourself using on a regular basis. So here are my final thoughts. As someone who uses these cuffs on myself, as someone who uses them as a physical therapist on patients in the clinic, and as someone who uses them on clients when I'm personal training, I feel that this is a great system and is money well spent. Now, even for someone like me, it was a bit of money to kind of drop in order to purchase this system, but I am absolutely happy with the quality and the product that I've received in return. So at the end of the day, know that B-Strong makes a great product, and again, it's one that will give you peace of of mind when using on yourself or if you plan on using it on other people. It should last quite a long time for you, and I'm hard pressed to believe that many people out there are going to use this system to a much more excessive extent in 2 years' time than what I have. So that's it for the video. I'm hoping that this has helped inform you as to whether or not this system is a good purchase for you to make. So if you have any other questions pertaining to the system that I didn't address in this video, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. I'll do my best to address those questions in a timely manner to hopefully help you out. So that is it for the review. I'm hoping that it was helpful and informative to all of you. And again, if it was, please smash that like and subscribe button. That really would mean a lot to me. It takes a decent amount of effort and time to make these videos for you guys, but it is an absolute pleasure to do so. So that's it. Everyone, keep taking good care of yourselves. Keep looking after one another. Keep making great things happen. I certainly hope you're making great things happen out there. I want to hear all about it. Let me know what you're up to. Leave it in the comment section below. It'll be great to interact with you. Everyone, take good care of yourselves. Look after one another. Look after yourself. And I'll see you in the next video.